let's flip things around a bit. I want to level up both of these clans, so let's try melting the other melting and the other awoken. Stealth is interesting. Burnout 3. Do we go for the Burnout Rector Flicker? So the problem is, this Rector Flicker is really good. If, and it's a big if, you can get cards that help sustain him, and we don't have those right now. We'll go for Dark Calling. Friendly units apply armor 5 to the front friendly unit on extinguish. Cards come with a random upgrade. That's really good at the start. But yeah, where are you doing your honeymoon anyways? Just in your country or somewhere else? Other way around for this. The Husk Hermit goes in the front because it has more health. Are you going international? Or interstate, perhaps? It's been pretty fun, except for the fact that you planned on going $200 of tickets you spent it most of it last night. Like some sort of like special event or something. I mean, $200 ain't cheap, so I can certainly understand your frustration. It's not an insignificant amount of money. Oh, you're in the same country as me, yeah, fair enough. You didn't have to say where it is, but I was just curious if it was like an international deal. It's crazy going from like a really strong run like the one we had before to like something like this. And it is like so bad. We lived. It's the pirate version of medieval times. Are you saying this in like the Caribbean or something? Oh, this would have been super good with the really good leader. Sharpened double stack is kind of interesting. I'll take it. Pirate version of medieval times. I'm actually not really sure what that means. A quick Animus of Will. I'll take that. Oh, it's a lot. The event that you were talking about, right? Okay, I thought you were talking about your country as the pirate version of medieval times. I was like, I don't know what that means, dude. Yeah, I thought you were saying your country is the pirate version of medieval times. Like, whoa, okay. Sounds crazy. Alright, start stacking up some stealth, because why not? Four-course dinner and a theater show. For $200, that sounds about right. Like, obviously it's still pricey, like, I'm not gonna pretend it's like, oh, that's, you know, cheap or whatever, but... That sounds about right for what you're getting. Nah, we take 1 damage, it's fine. Well, if we end up losing this run by 1 damage, you guys can remind me. You remember when you gave up the one point? You can say I told you so again. Oh, so the website lied. Well, that's even more frustrating, man. I totally get that frustration I just lost. Yeah, I can totally understand that frustration. If the website said it was 50 and you have to pay 200 now, that's a bit... That's beyond a bit ridiculous. That's very ridiculous. I really want to get these two factions to level 10. Reformer unit. Lady of the Reformed is super good. Can we get the good Rectiflicker? We do. Okay. I don't really want either of these. Okay, so we've got a really good setup here. So we've got Rectiflicker, who's just really strong, and this lady gives more burnout. So he will be sustained on the field, which is fantastic news. Problem is I don't have any heals. I think I've just got the... Yeah, Wildwood Sap, which is actually not a bad heal. You don't have a stress ball because the airport's... Wait, the airport security took your stress ball? Why is that? Did it have... Was it like liquid or something inside? That's the only reason I can think of why they would take it, but it seems a bit extreme. A stress ball. To be fair, sometimes those like airport people, those airport folks, can be kind of like overzealous, but you can't blame them because they are like ultimately like potentially hundreds of people's lives are on the line. You can't blame them for being overzealous, but sometimes it's the same with like cops and stuff, right? Because sometimes even cops and stuff take things like a little too far. And it can be very frustrating. Spell chain on Wildwood Sap? Sure. We make it free, that'd be alright. So we get some good stacking regen to start. Just got it 3 days ago. So what happened? Like, you took it into the airport and then like, nah, you can't bring it on the plane? That's the first I've heard of that, if that's an actual thing. I feel like that would be more, like, widely known if they do that, you know? Like, it's one of those things where, like, you would think that they would say, like, yeah, don't bring stress balls. Oh, it was your first time flying. Gee, okay. Well, that's very annoying, then. I haven't flown much. I've flown a few times with family, and then I've done 2 solo international trips. Which is very scary, mind you. I don't want to pretend that it wasn't. Oh, the burnout stacks are crazy. Nice. Steel Enhancer? Steel Enhancer's not that great in this setup, I don't think. There's not really anything that I want to enhance, is the problem. Let's go for the Pyre Health. We'll see if we can get a good item here. We can copy a card. I don't really want to copy a card is the thing. Just not really what I want. Overgrowth Carapace is kind of interesting. If I stick that on Rectiflicker, it could actually be really good. Because then he just gets big. Nah, let's reroll. Restore health is quite nice. We'll grab that. But your bag flagged by security got checked, you're autistic, that's the only thing you had to stress, you're holding a grudge against the family. No, I can understand that. Like, I'm not gonna say that they were totally justified in what they did. But you have to keep in mind that, like, they have an extremely, like, stressful job. But I do feel like that's very extreme, taking a stress ball. I don't know. It seems way overboard. But such is life. We live and learn. Or in some cases we don't. Okay, well. Stay there. I think this guy's gonna get to the top, unfortunately. Okay, we kill you in... it's 2 hits, unfortunately. That's a real pity. Let's do a couple of reforms. See if we can take out some of these guys. Okay, we're taking 2 hits, which is not the end of the world. They took his stress ball, but not the sharp plastic stakes and hand sanitizer. Yeah, it's hard to not feel like almost personally attacked in that kind of situation, isn't it? Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. Because my logic with why they would take the stress ball is, like, potentially it was, like, liquid inside, right? And I know they don't usually like you bringing any kind of liquid onto aircraft, for obvious reasons, right? There's all sorts of reasons why they wouldn't. But if they let you bring hand sanitizer, then that goes against that whole thing. It's like, well, then it doesn't make any sense. Revenge gain energy. Lady of the House is also really good. Let's grab Lady of the House. We'll go for energy, I think. Okay, let's try and get some good unit upgrades. Just make Rector Flicker better, awesome. Quickness, we love quickness. Good unit with Endless, let's reroll. Multi-strike. Multi-strike Lady of the House is kind of nuts. Increase her attack by a further 15. That's actually pretty good, let's go for that. Put some spikes and extra health on the Lady of the Reform, that's not bad. Nice. You don't want to fly again off this trip because you're... Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Certainly I would suggest, you know, get home, get comfy, all that sort of stuff, and then, you know, after a while has passed, maybe you can consider, you know, flying again. But I wouldn't blame you if you don't fly again, because it sounds like a super frustrating experience. You do what works for you, man, yeah? Yeah, traveling can be really fun, but it is also really stressful, like I said. Okay, I'm gonna play these dregs, because we may as well have them die, so we can reform them later. Okay, quickness. Wow, okay, that's not bad. Quickness on this guy too. See, this is what makes these melting decks really strong. This guy's really great. You're bad for holding grudges, you still hold grudges from 6th grade. Goodness, that's a long time to be holding onto a grudge. But I'm sure you have a good reason for it, like... Resin Removal's kind of nuts, because Resin Removal, if I'm not mistaken, gets rid of corruption. So I want to try and get that to be a holdover. Gain 1 energy when a unit dies. Or Fragile. Fragile goes kind of crazy with the lady of the house because she has multi-strike. It's hard, man. It's hard to know. I'm gonna go for the boiler room, it's safer. Negative events always fresh in your mind. Oh, I can relate to that. I feel you, man. We'll just skip the spikes. We don't need a spike right now. My thoughts are constantly, you know, this week in terrible things that happened in your life. It's a nigh constant thing. Like, there's still stuff from ages ago that I, like, think about. I'm like, how could I have done this differently? How could I have done this better, you know? It's annoying as hell, but what can you do? Regrettably. Damn, dude. Okay, you're dead. You are dead. You guys all live. That's kind of irritating. Links is great, you're practicing. Wait, the bully you had in 6th grade you were practicing at the pharmacy, you get medication from... Oh, he was at the pharmacy. Damn. I mean, to be fair, like, that's sort of trauma, essentially, right? This can be very difficult to move past. So I'm not saying you're wrong in any way for feeling that way. We're gonna take a lot of damage here. Not good. We do win, like, straight up, which is great. Yeah. I don't know about this one. In these, like, extended fights, like the boss rush, we're pretty good in the boss rush. It's the lead up to the boss rush. I don't think we do anywhere near enough damage to... Fatal Melting is kind of interesting. I'll grab that. Unfortunately, not a lot of stuff. It's hard to say what we can even do about it. I'm gonna go for a heal. We kind of do need to get some heals here. We can get another dagger of swiftness. Let's reroll. Do I have a room card? I don't think I mean, I've got the boiler room. Yeah. Can duplicate something. Kind of feel like duplicating the lady of the house is probably not bad. I'm saying you need to drop the mentality, it's better than default of wanting to beat the tar out of someone. Like, it can be very hard to get past that mentality. Like, I don't think you're necessarily strictly wrong for feeling that way anyway, to begin with. Like, would it be better to try and move on? Sure, but, like, it's not like you can just flick a switch and be like, oh, I'm, like, fully accepting of, like, all the stuff that happened to me now. You can't just, like, flick a switch on that. Oh man, we are getting freaking wrecked here. I'd rather not take 11 damage, but I think that's the best we're gonna get, unfortunately. It is what it is. Oh, because of the freaking shield. How did he get another shield? I don't understand that. There wasn't an eater thing on that floor, was there? I don't think so. Roots. Big damage. Okay, all those guys die now, which is good. Okay, we don't quite beat the boss here. We get very close though. If we can get one reform card, I think we just win. Yeah, here it is. Alright, Rectiplica. Resin Removal, sure. Melting. Boost. Yep, that works. Alright. I think I need to go for capacity here. We can make a unit endless. I don't know if that really helps us. Devourer of Death, I like it, but I don't know if it fits. Like, quite literally, I don't know if it's going to fit in our build. Okay, we can upgrade units or equipment. I guess we have to go for the equipment side. 200 is kind of good. None of these are useful. We go for the health, of course. An Inferno Room. How can we go for the Inferno Room? I make it deployable. And I think that might be the key. Maybe. Yeah, but now we've got... With Drax the Overbless, we really can't afford to do that. Well, we can set up the Inferno Room on the second floor, so that anything that makes it past will probably get killed. More health. Okay, there's the quickness sword. We're taking 9 damage. Which again, it's not great, but could be worse. Ah, this freaking Rosa in the back is so annoying. Alright, that's enough for the win. I was genuinely like, I think this is where we just lose. Brax the Overlord is super tough. Fortunately, getting rid of all of his buffs was very powerful for us. Very nice. Yeah, I don't know, man. We don't want Engulfed in Smoke. Okay. I'm gonna go for upgrading spells, because I think I need to upgrade spells here to have any chance of winning. Okay. Double stack. I can make this double stack, that's not bad. Make this cheaper. Heal your pyre equal to the cost. Let's do that to one of our root seeds. Holdover. I think we go holdover Resin Removal. Trinkets and baubles. Can I get something good? Units get an extra update slot. Deal 5 damage when a donate unit dies. Regen +1 per stack. Do I even apply regen? I do. I guess I'll buy it. Why not? Anything that I can upgrade. +10 magic power. May as well. Oh, sorry, I just saw your message now. Your mentality towards never events is default, but being able to vent without getting told to grow up or shut the fuck up is helpful. I mean, like, there's no value in telling somebody that. This is my opinion. There's no value in telling somebody just like, oh, just be quiet, just grow up, stuff like that. Like, how's that actually going to help them? That's point one. Point two is, it obviously is frustrating to you, so the reason why you're telling me is because you're frustrated, so I don't see why I wouldn't, you know, hear you out, try and, you know, help however I can, which is admittedly probably not very much, but I'm always happy for people to vent. The only time I'm not happy with people venting is if I'm playing Among Us. So, if you catch me in Among Us, don't vent, or I'm gonna be pissed. That's a joke for reference. If it wasn't totally obvious. Okay. Alright. I think things are looking okay. There we go. We can remove the corruption every turn, which is fantastic news. Stick a dreg. May as well just stick him here. More dregs. I mean, there's nothing more frustrating when you're generally trying to, like, talk to somebody and they're just like, ah, just get over it. Get over it, mate. It's a very Australian thing, I know. I don't know if you're Australian, I suspect probably not, but it's a very Australian thing to just like, ah, just man up. Get over it. You might as well play Resin Removal here. Okay, so unfortunately one of these guys does make it to the top. Not with a whole ton of health. Positive. Oh. Ah, hey waifu, thank you for the raid! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, spicy reading cat. Oh, a fellow cat, hello. How you going, waifu? What were you up to today? Give you a quick Twitch shout out. You were playing Freshly Frosted. Is this like a I want to say donut. Playing some Palia and then some puzzles. Nice. I hope you had a wonderful time. Palia's like, it's like Stardew, something like that, right? Hey, Reskind, how are you? It's a donut conveyor puzzle game. I had a feeling it had something to do with donuts. But welcome. For those who don't know me, I'm Kaz the Cat. I play all sorts of video games, including a lot of these types of games, which I'm not very good at, but I do enjoy. We are actually doing pretty well today in terms of wins. We've won quite a few runs today. It's so close. It's so close to greatness. Okay, get this guy. Yeah, that works. But yes, for those who don't know me, like I said, I'm Kaz the Cat. You'll often find me playing these types of games, roguelike, stuff like that. But really, I play a bit of everything, so it's a pretty good chance that I'll play something you like at some point. If you got a raid and run or anything like that, I totally understand, and I do appreciate your support, so if you got to do that, don't stress. And if you want to hang out, folks, enjoy the show. Alright, we're going to take some damage here. Have to raid and run? Yes, I had a feeling. No worries, take care. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. I don't think we win this. We do? I'm very surprised that we win this. I'll take it, I mean, like... I don't have a problem with winning. In fact, I quite enjoy winning. There we go. So the goal of the game is to defend the train. As you can see, we're bonking this angel right now. I really don't know how we won that. But we did. We're doing very well today. I've won like three runs. Unfortunately, none of them are new, so it's not like we've won with a new faction or anything. Here we go, we reached level 10 with the Melting Remnant. Fantastic. What do we get from that? Ah, Wickless Recruitment. Remove all burnout and debuff effects from it. This is a fantastic card. So it basically makes it that the units that are going to burn out, they don't burn out anymore. They just hang out. Fantastic. Got a few more golden cards. Very nice. Most importantly, we got another gold faction. What does this mean? I've won with both leaders now. Interesting. That's the next challenge, is trying to win with every single champion. So this is the first faction that we've actually won with both champions, I believe. Yes, that is indeed true. I'm yet to win with Umbra, Lazarus, Luna, Pireborn, or Banished on the highest difficulty. And we've only done Under Legion and then most of the old factions. Very nice. Look at that burnout. 550 burnout. Oh. We're very close to maxing out the Awoken as well, which is pretty nice. It's hard to say things, take things like they're intended for you. Almost everything's taken the opposite. Saying something not literal is taken as literal, and then you get yelled at. I mean, you did say you had autism, right? That's one of the things, is it can be hard to pick up those, like, nuances, right? The social cues and such. No, I'm not judging, I'm just saying that's my understanding of the condition. I don't believe I've got it. But I've never had any sort of diagnosis. Alright. Fantastic.